Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and it feels a little weird to say this, but I'm finally unboxing Trudvang. This is an unboxing and rambling. In fact, I'm so excited to unbox this game that currently our usual coffee shot that we have is just a knife. There's no coffee today, there's just a knife. I'm too excited to actually go ahead and get this done. I'm rushing at the door in a few minutes to an appointment, and so I had to figure out what it is I wanted to do, and the answer was pretty clear. I wanted to unbox Trudvang Legends. I'm realizing now my knife is too dull. When you get to the point where your knife isn't even cutting plastic, it's time to sharpen it. Fortunately, I bought a knife sharpener. By the way, this is a good time to mention, this is an unboxing and rambling, which means I go all over the place, including talking about my knife sharpener, why that matters, and why we have a slip of paper on the back, which is usually a thing that Command does because they have different places the games do, and rather than printing 14 versions of the box, they have something that goes in the back to have your languages and your this and your that. Stuff I'm sure is essential for whatever degree of, I don't know, compliance they need to have. This is Trudvang Legends, a game that I hope to dive into sooner rather than later, although hope is the key word because, oh boy. I don't know why. Why am I so excited for this one? I am excited for this one, to be very clear. I am so excited for this one, to be very clear. I want to pull out the rules and read it as quickly as possible. Heck, I want to take it with me to my next trip to just play it as soon as possible. I'm excited. Perhaps incorrectly so, perhaps with no good reason to be excited, but let's see what's in this box as we go through Trudvang Legends. For context, this game has been waiting way too long in terms of just waiting for it to deliver. This is the core box only, which normally I wouldn't even bother unboxing, but in this case, we're getting just the core box, and so let's go ahead and get this out and looked at as soon as we possibly can so we can talk more about the game. We'll go over all the tokens shortly. We'll go over, oh, it's so pretty, it's so pretty. We're going to look at everything in a second. I'm just going to pull this out. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you know what? Let's get everything out and let's figure out how to put it back in, because we will have to figure out how to put it back in. We have a book of sagas, we have miniatures, we have cards, we have all the good things, all the stuff which we'll go ahead and look at as soon as we possibly can. Let's see what we have. Starting off the bat with my usual go-to, which is my rulebook. I like looking at a rulebook first to see exactly just what kind of commitment I'm signing up for. And in fact, I'm heading on a plane next week, and the last time I went on a plane, I read the rulebook to Massive Darkness, which I then played the tutorial scenario and have not continued, so maybe not the best sign, but we'll see. Let's go ahead. Oh, and unboxing and rambling. Forgot to do this. This is an unboxing and rambling. Welcome to my channel. I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. When I unbox things, I usually just go all over the place because I don't care enough not to. I'm here for the game. I'm here for the story. I'm here for the drama. No, not the drama. Nope, not the drama. Should not be here for the drama. I'm here for the games and just the rambling nature of my voice and context. Anyways, Trudvang Legends. So, what do we have here? We have page 3 over here, we have page 5, it's just, it's a page, I'm not counting the pages for the sake of counting the pages, I'm counting the pages to see where the rules actually start, which you have basic concepts on page 6, and basic concepts to set up is going to be a full page over there, not bad, basic concepts, all these things, rules and stuff, 6 all the way. I like to see how far it goes. It goes decently far, you know, page 6, 22 is where you start with playing the game. Okay, cool, so we got concepts up until 22, and then it takes you all the way, a whole lot of examples here, but it looks like basically 6 to 33, that's roughly 27 pages of content. That's a decent amount, although it does look very image heavy. I don't think it'll be the hardest read. Like most Command games, they are very, very in-depth in their rules and they cover a lot, but they're actually pretty easy reads once you get through that. Now over here we are going to take a look at this book of sagas because this is definitely, I'll try to timestamp the part where it's up to the Book of Sagas, and if you don't want any chance of any spoilers whatsoever of any kind in any shape or form, then I recommend skipping the timestamp for Book of Sagas and head to the next timestamp, which we'll have after. Not because there are spoilers here, but because I don't know if there are spoilers here. What do we got here? We got maps. Look at these maps over here. We got these maps over here, the Adventure Map 1 and 2. I don't know what's going on. They look very cool as far as whatever's going on. Just here, just stuff and things and places and numbers and oh my gosh, Adventure Map 1. Oh, there's a 3, there's a 4, there's a 2. We got 2 over here. Here's we go. We got 2. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I just say that. It's beautiful because it's here in my hands, and for a long time, you have the term vaporware. Some games seem like they might be vaporware, and Trudvang Legends is definitely one of those that seem like it could go that way. We have the Book of Sagas, intentionally on the front camera as I talk to you because who knows what's here. Child of the Light. Introduction. Travelers, no spoilers yet. Welcome to Trudvang, a vast land of heroic sagas and epic adventures. Like many sagas, this one begins in the golden light of autumn as you sit about the fire, drinking honeyed mead and sharing tales with your fellow travelers. Your respite is interrupted by a hurried courier, happy to have found you so quickly. The courier presents a letter from your mentor, the ancient elf Kirjanti, who trained you and so many others in your youth. He urges that you hasten to his tower in Edgeland. You've not heard from him in a good while, but Kurjanti is an ancient and wise, and he would not seek you over trifling matters. In the pre-dawn light you take the road, itself beset with the usual perils, yet your hearts are uneasy for different reasons altogether. Take Adventure Sheet C1, place all your heroes in Edgeland, reveal enemy cards, place 2 forest trolls, place 2 joggers, reveal point of interest A. This looks like it's just setting you up for what now might have spoilers if you actually read anything here, as opposed to if you just watch me flip through the degree of narrative text you have going on over here. Just so many stuff, so many things. Lots of story. This, by the way, is all the base game only, no Kickstarter stretch goals, no expansions. There's so much content to this game. Content that we'll get another day, another time. Right now, what is this? What is this? We got adventure sheets. I'm sorry. So this game, for context, talking about vaporware, this game was a game that's supposed to arrive a long time ago. And it has not. I don't remember if it's supposed to be two-wave shipping or if that's just the initiative they've decided to go with, given the fact that people don't otherwise have their games. We have our adventure sheets with our sheet stuff that has some degree of consequence to the things you're doing in the sheet. I guess. I don't know what's going on here. These are just the various boards you'll have. I got nothing. I mean, I don't know. With combat, draw 4, 3, test, draw 7. They got words in them. I'll know what the words mean when I actually understand how to play the game, but we are not at that point. Here's where we get something fun, though. This part is fun, because this is going to be your adventure map, as far as, just look at this here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's little plastic sheaths over here where you can insert cards. We'll come back to that in a second as far as the reason you might want that, but we have another one of these things, which will give you another set of plastic sheaths where you can insert cards. I assume these are stories and your phases. Okay, no idea what this means. This part I don't know, but for some reason, in some way, you want to store cards in this. Over here, we have tokens that look completely uninteresting. Are these? Oh. This looks like, okay. I don't know what's happening here. We have, I'm not going to punch this because it feels like you probably shouldn't. It feels like you probably should not punch this. I'm guessing this is something, I don't know what this is. This looks like something that you're supposed to like have stuff go into, or this does not look like a typical punch board is what I'm saying. Don't punch these. At least don't punch these unless you're darn sure you should punch these. I'm not going to punch these. I'll look into it later. These, on the other hand, these are punchable tokens, as you might expect, these are punchable tokens. Were there plastic extras that you could buy in this game? I don't remember, because it feels a little obnoxious if you get the game and you can't even have your plastic upgrades until later. Then again, I am happy to just have this game. Let's focus on the happiness. Focus on the happiness. There's lots of things in life that can bring you down at a given point, but I'm going to focus on the happiness because we have adventure sheets, which are all coming out of the plastics and all just going on the floor. Adventure sheets that look like they can almost be written on. Oh, now I don't know if you noticed the pattern. I certainly did. It looks like these nicely line up. Okay, meaning, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm guessing that one of these adventure sheets can line up in here, and then you'll have the individual thing going through. You'll have the letter there. I'm seeing a pattern. Now I'm wondering if maybe I should punch these things, if maybe this should be in some way punched out, but how, like that seems the most obnoxious punch out ever. That, I'm still not going to punch it out until I'm sure, but it does look like this goes in here, and it's an adventure sheet that goes in there, and this is the World of Fire adventure, which will go in here, and you can flip it over to have the Dragonbane, and just onwards and so forth with all these sheets. So now I'm guessing that it is a punch-out thing, and we're just not going to do so because I like to be 1,000,000% certain before I do things that are, well, horrific mistakes that I'll learn to regret later. So we have a rule book, which I for some reason put away. No reason I should do that because that's in the way. Let's grab some cards. We got our story cards, which I think should go on the board. So perhaps we don't take the story cards. Perhaps we go ahead, and I'll try to avoid spoilers. Events, I don't know. I'm not going to be an expert here. What I will do is I'll go ahead and show you what happens to this game, knowing full well that what I'm about to show you is not exactly a mechanic, but the idea of the mechanic. So this is a game in which the world remembers what you do. Now, how does that manifest itself? I don't know. Generally with you taking cards of some sort, and let's see. Let's just go ahead and put the city of Storvan. Okay, do we have the city of Storvan goes in Wildland? Can we find Wildland? Is there a place called Wildland? Or is this a thing that... There we go. So here's Wildland over here. I don't know if you can see this over here. You probably can't see it over here. Let's see if we can find one you can see. Manfjord. Manfjord is down over here. Can you see Manfjord? Yeah. Okay, here's Manfjord over here. Listed over there, Manfjord. And we have a card that says Manfjord. And now in some way, shape, and form, this can, he says awkwardly as he tries to realize that you probably can't actually... get that in there. How can we do this? There we go. So if you really have a good knife on it, which you might need, then you can go ahead and put a card into your board, and now the world map remembers. This world map, the city of Manfjord, in some way is burning. I think. Maybe. I may have spoiled things for you. I apologize in advance. This is the part where I see if I can take the card out. Oh, this is gonna be so annoying. This is a game where you might damage your cards. That's all I'm saying. You might not. But the point is, this map, because of the nature of the plastic sleeves you have, it can be stored away and remember the world around you. I also have little flecked spots of stuff, which I think are just air bubbles, but it looks a little, ooh, that's gross. Over here, you probably can't see this, but this over here, it looks like the plastic is serrated in some way. Honestly, I don't care that much. I'm just happy to have the game as long as it functions and does the job. We have these cards, we have starting phases, cities, we have leveling up, we have weird tokens over here, we have all these modifiers. Yeah, there's a lot of bag building in this game. That's what I remember. This is an adventure game where the world remembers you, where you can become legend in some way. You can in some way, at some point, manifest yourself to some higher level and become a permanent legend, on the game state. Don't remember the exact details. I'm talking about generic stuff. We have feats here. I don't know what these feats are, but let's go take a look at them. Past that, there's a degree of, the story going on, the adventuring, the bag building as you figure out how to engage with different enemies. Don't remember much about it. I remember that I was excited for it, and clearly I'm still excited for it. I'm going to be reading the rulebook to this one, along with 14 other rulebooks when I'm on this flight. We'll figure it all out. We have feats. We have Lidna over here, then we have fleets. Troll Strength, Silence, Linwood's Blood, Hand of Death. If the target is left with 1 health, defeat it and gain a thing. I don't know what these are, but I'm cool with the concept. Legendary Silence, gain 1 if the enemy ability is revealed, cancel it, gain 3 and deal 2 to the enemy. I'll have to read the rules, but I am very excited for this game. Perhaps incorrectly so. At the end of the day, Command games have not always been for me. Generally they are, but not always. And I don't know which category this one will find itself in. I'm not going to go through all the 14 stacks of feats. We can do that later. This was probably going to be a short unboxing. Honestly, at this point, I'm trying to get to the miniatures. We do have story cards. Now, I'm intentionally not going to read the story cards or not even going to open these because I do want to preserve some degree of mystery. While I'm not averse to the peripheral spoiler that happens, I am averse to actual spoilers that happen. We have our tokens and our bags. Your bags and tokens are going to be for, well, the bags are going to be so you can have your characters who have bag building in this game, which is the thing you're going to be doing. You're going to have your, your bags that you're going to be putting your stuff in. Looks like it can go up to 4 players. We have the matching 4 tokens to put on the actual miniatures you have. All of that we're not going to heavily worry about right now. What we are going to worry about is we're going to show you some miniatures. Because at the end of the day, this is a command game, which means everything else is just fluff to get you the giant pile of miniatures you eventually want to get your hands on, which I know I certainly want to get my hands on. Should we close up the map? No, we'll leave the map out. Maybe we'll close up soon, depending on how things go. Now, this is just a core box unboxing, which means all things considered, it's going to be fairly tame compared to a typical unboxing that we do on this channel, or I should say a typical command unboxing that we do on this channel. But tame or not, I'm excited for it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens as we go through this. I have like a little spot in my box. I think it's nothing. Let's just pretend it's water as opposed to anything else. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We want this to not fall off the table. That's our first objective. I don't like when stuff falls off the table. Then we have our miniatures over here with our heroes and our miniatures. Let's see what we can show you. I might try to do it on the map. I might not. We'll start off and see how things go. We've got lots of fun things here. I'm sorry. Okay. So we have some basic enemies over here. Let's go ahead and show you this on the top camera and see if the map will focus on you. There you go. So you can see over here, you can see these is focusing. This is doing the job. These are the miniatures, the basic enemies you'll be fighting against. How does that manifest itself? No idea, because I only just started playing this game. Let's see if we can get a nice angle on this camera over here. You can see, there we go. Oh, wait, it's not focusing because why would it focus? Because this is my first time using the side camera. There we go. Yeah, we can get decent angles over here. Or we can just put them on the board and you can get a sense of them set up. This is my new cinematic angle that I'm playing with. Got a new camera finally. These things are expensive for context. These cameras, they're like, I mean, I bought this used, this other over here. I bought it used with the lens and it was like half the price it normally is, which means it was only like around $1,900 instead of like $3,500 plus. So, yay me. But that's the price of getting a third camera angle on this stuff. But hey, I care about the channel. I want the content to always be fun. And so if I can't make me better, I'll make the production better. Anyways, let's go ahead. That was too self-depreciating. I don't appreciate that. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and put these guys down. Let's show you in the top camera some of these miniatures over here. So if we get some of these heroes, these are the adventures you'll be clipping into your bases as they adventure around. Not as inspiring as I'd like. Then again, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting necessarily. We got little trolls over here. They look fun. They look cool. We got our situations, little hammer person, not hammer person, whatever, villager. Now I like these two over here. Let's get you a look of these two. So we have her over here, maybe a him. I can't tell honestly because I'm looking at a tiny little screen and trying to make my best educated guess. Then we got her, or again maybe him. Well, the first one was definitely a him, and the second one is definitely a her. So I got these, him and her. We got those lined up. And we have one more, which also looks like a her, which we're going to get up here. And there we go. Oh, focus, focus. There we go. That's what you got as far as this one goes. And that's what we have for these miniatures. Now, these are the basics over here. We do have some more interesting ones. I mean, not that the heroes aren't interesting. They are interesting. But at the end of the day, I don't think the heroes can compete with some of the things in this box, which we'll get to shortly. Now, first of all, we do have Viking boats. These are very Blood Rage-esque in their approach as far as what they look like. I'm sure they'll go on the water in some way, shape, or form. Sailing into port, into your harbor. We'll put one down over there. We'll also throw a hero on the board, because what's a game without a hero? Let's throw one of the women in play, because we should have that equal representation over here. Let's grab her, and we'll toss her on the board. So now we have a little bit of a board setup developing over here. Everything's just adventuring as we go around the situation. And then let's grab some other stuff. There's not a lot of varied sculpts in this box. It's a very boring box, but it's a very boring box that has some stuff that we'll show you. So let's see what we got. We got our little gnome archers over here. I'm sure they're not actually gnomes. They're probably more trolls than gnomes, but hey, that is what it is. We have our little manticore lion type beasts. If we get the focus on that, we'll toss one of these on the maps, because why not? Then we have our actual manticore beasts over here. These little horned demons situation. Not really demons. I'm just kind of making up words. Minotaur, I guess, maybe. We'll have him aggressively attacking the human in this location here with whatever drama is going around as we deal with the bag building and the fight and the combat. But we're not done yet. Now we get to the more interesting ones, and we have 3 fairly interesting beasts. We'll tackle them one at a time. We have this guy over here, who we're going to do a top camera shot and then put onto the map. We'll slowly add this map. And this guy's not bad. I like him. I like him over here. The sculpt's not bad. Very solid over here. Overall, Command's miniature is still holding up, still doing a great job. Obviously, this is not painted, because why would it be? And we can go ahead and toss him into this harbor, into Troll Ridge Mountains. I feel he belongs in Troll Ridge Mountains. Speaking of Troll Ridge Mountains, we have this guy who's more of a troll. More of a troll, if we can get the focus on. There we go. Look at that. This guy over here is one of the bigger trolls. This seems like the kind of person that's going to be slightly harder for our heroes to face off against in combat as we figure out. Look at this guy. He's pretty cool. I like him. Let's go show a glorified camera angle over here. And that's our guy. That's our boy. And we'll take our boy and we'll pop our boy down into the dark woods so you can see him there. And then lastly, we have this guy. This guy who is a little dragon character. Look at him. Look at the little fun little cute dragon. Again, solid miniature, solid, overall excited to dive into and tackle this guy. And they had in the game, in the Kickstarter, they had one of these giant dragon miniatures, because of course they would. I want that one, not here yet, but we'll deal with it. But as far as this one, let's go ahead and show you the let's see what we got over here. We got our little guy. Look at him. Look at the little beast. Look at the shy, wee little beast. We'll toss him down over here. And so this is the setup you have. You're going to have your heroes adventuring around the board, doing a little thing, wandering around. Just doing, I don't know, walking into the boat and then moving around to a new location, dropping off, waging into combat with these zones, fighting it over. I'm making up stuff as I go just for the sake of having something. I have no clue how this actually plays out. I just opened this game and I haven't read the rules yet. And the last time I learned anything about this game was a very, very, very long time ago. And that is it. That's your Command Trudvang Legends unboxing. I'm excited. I am excited. I don't know. It might be a horrifically bad game, or it might just be a horrifically good game. It might be a great game that isn't for me. All those things are possible. Those things I don't know. What I do know is I'm excited to play this. Irrationally so, rationally so, I don't know. I always like the idea of this map that remembers, kind of like dealing with the setup and clear up and clean down all that stuff, but it works for you. It does the job for you. You don't have to worry about these things as you play through. There'll be lots of punching. As usual, this is a command insert, which means the tokens are designed to fit into magic space, which I always appreciate about their games. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. It is interesting how Command, they have a lot of things that they do amazingly well. One thing they have not gotten right yet is they kind of give you punch boards, and they're like, now there's no space in the box for this, but hey, enjoy, good luck, have fun. And I usually do have fun, but not because their inserts are amazing. In fact, as soon as I decide why I like one of their games, their inserts usually go in the garbage. So I just bag their stuff instead. Let's do a bit of a reboxing while we're here. Let's rebox this all back up. We have our cards back over here. We have these cards all starting to fall in some way. What is happening here with these cards? Are they interesting? Interesting. What is happening here? These cards don't want to stay. It's almost like this card tray was not meant for these cards. Okay, that goes like that. If we put it down like that, then they all do stay. Okay, a little obnoxious. I guess tokens are supposed to go into there in some way. We'll figure that out. We're going to pop this down over here. We'll pop our rule books in play. Nope, you stay out of the box because I want to read you. We're going to read you soon enough, and we're going to pop all of you back into play up here. Hope you don't get damaged. Nope, you look fine. You look safe. Everything's nicely, safely reboxed, except for the rulebook, because I want that rulebook so I can actually read how to play this game. A Legends game by Jordi Adden, Umberto Pignatelli, Francesco Nepitolano, and Marco Maggi from Riot Minds and Command Games. Very excited for this one. Partially because of the weight. Either it's good or it's not. I'm fine either way. Either this becomes something that I really enjoyed, or you'll see me selling my Wave 2 pledge on eBay in a few days. Probably not a few days. I need to read the rules, and I need to actually play it. It might take a bit, but at some point, one way or the other. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. Appreciate you being here, and as always, I hope you have a good one.